Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Jimbo. Today we're going to be talking about the brand new Adams Sprayable compound, which I'll just be totally frank about, I'm very skeptical on, because it's only the second sprayable compound that I'm currently aware of in the detailing industry. The first one by Optimum Polymer Technologies being the Hyper Twins with the Hyper Compound and Hyper Polish, and I was very excited about those, and when I tried them out I was greatly disappointed. So I'm not sure how I feel about this compound initially. My thoughts are, can they get the abrasive small enough to go through the sprayer without clogging it up long term? And with the abrasives that small, will they be big enough, I guess, for lack of a better term, to actually remove anything? And then when you put it on a microfiber pad, is it gonna mar the panel while it removes those defects? Those are all things I'm looking for. What does it smell like? All those things. This bottle comes in at about $23 at the time of this recording, which is right in line with what the Optimum products are, but can be a little bit pricey for a 16-ounce bottle of compound. I'm excited because the spray makes it so you can evenly distribute it on the pad, which is cool, but I'm a little apprehensive with some things, and I'm gonna run through that in this video. Okay, so before we take care of the paint transfer, I have this side of the door panel. We got some water spots around it. We got some pretty heavy wash marring. And so what we're gonna do is take the sprayable compound, and we're gonna also be using the new Griot's G9 machine with the Adams microfiber pad. And so per the instructions, step 1 says to spray 1 or 2 mist of sprayable compound to any Adams polishing pad. They messed up. The first instructions should say shake the bottle, but that's okay. So maybe that's a given because the buildup will start at the bottom of the bottle. But it is a runny formula for being sprayed. And then it says to set to speed high, 5 or 6, slowly work up and down left to right pattern, 3 to 5 pounds of pressure, 25% overlap. So I'll work on the pounds of pressure. That's okay. Another thing I'm not gonna do, here's where I get in trouble with everyone not following directions, is I'm not gonna start at speed 5 or 6. I'm gonna start at speed 2 or 3, work it in, and then work it. So as I do that, things I'm looking for, and I'll do a couple sprays. That must be running out of battery. A couple sprays, there's 2 sprays right there, a little overspray. I'm gonna start on speed 3. And so what I'm looking for, ooh, that is a strong smell. What I'm looking for is, what is it? Oh, that smell it's pretty strong. Pretty strong smell. So now that I have it rubbed in, I'm gonna bump it up to speed 6, do a few passes, wipe it. What I'm looking for is it spraying dust anywhere? What is the workability like? This is a heavy cut compound, so I expect it to dry out a little bit. Okay, so let's see what it looks like after 3 passes. The nap is down on the microfiber pad, so that's gonna need to be cleaned out. Let's see what it looks like. The smell is probably the worst part. There's still quite a few of those scratches in there. It seemed to add a lot of gloss and depth, but it didn't seem to really clean up a ton. See, like right in there with the light, we could still see a lot of that marring, and again right there too. The panel's warmed up a little bit too. Let's give it one more go. Maybe the pad wasn't primed, or I don't know. Maybe it's the machine. Who knows? Let's give it another go. So you can see, I don't think this is a forced rotation. I'm gonna give it 4 sprays, so double the amount. And now I'm gonna start at speed 6. So no dusting and no spraying. It's not flinging anywhere, which is really good. Maybe add a little bit more pressure. Not sure if that's 25 pounds of pressure going or not. So I'm adding quite a bit more pressure. The product is still not breaking down, which is good, or it's starting to break down, but it's not drying out, I should say. This machine vibrates quite a lot when you add pressure. Last pass with a lot of pressure, still holding up. There we go, about to lose the panel. About to lose the panel, let me reset it. But I added quite a bit more pressure that time, still got the fibers to lay down quite a bit on the pad. And what's cool is that it's not, or it didn't dry up. We don't have splatter anywhere. Sorry, that light's gonna get annoying. We don't have splatter anywhere, and there we go. We cleaned it up. So on the first go, I guess you could say it has an adjustable. So there's still a little tiny bit right there. The thing I think it added the most of is gloss. So it added a ton of gloss even on the first go. What it didn't do was get that super deep stuff. But on the second go, when I added more pressure, so it's gonna take a little bit more pressure weight down on the machine to chase those heavy ones. But you could see a lot of that metallic pop. And there's still some deep ones, but it's the door panel, right? So, but overall did really good at adding a lot of depth and gloss, chased a lot of those, and wasn't super aggressive. What it didn't do, which is really good that you'll see with a lot of compounds, and people or the companies behind those compounds will talk around, is it didn't mar the panel. So you see the finish that you have is a very true finish. So this essentially could be a one step. A lot of times with a really heavy aggressive compound, and when you start chasing those super deep defects, the panel mars, especially with the microfiber pad. So what I'm good to see that it didn't do is it didn't mar, so you have a kind of a true finish right here. You don't need to take it a step further. A lot of people, when they have a really aggressive compound, they'll say, oh, well, you know, it got the defects, but it hazed a little bit, and you can just knock down that hazing. That is not great when you have a bunch of haze on the panel. That to me is not a good compound. And I was worried that this sprayable compound was gonna haze a little bit, which it didn't, and it may take an extra pass or two. So let's go over to the paint transfer side. Now this is more so for fun. Let me clean up my pad again. This is more so for fun. But again, trying the sprayable compound, and so this is just paint, car paint, window paint, not car paint. So I'm gonna do 4 sprays again and see what this is like. So it obviously removed the paint. It's probably in the pad again, knocked the fibers down pretty good. By the way, if you want to see my full review of the Griots G9, I'll have that up on my channel. Should be up on my channel now. If not, it'll be up there soon. And the wipe off on this compound, I guess something I didn't really talk about on the other side, the wipe off is good. So the pros about it, pros are that it doesn't spray, it doesn't dust, it doesn't fling all over the place. It doesn't mar, which is really good. Cons, it smells really bad. It is definitely not the best smelling compound, especially I would expect a little bit more from Adams in the smell category, considering they have one of the best detailing spray smells out there. What else? The direction's a little off. Definitely shake the bottle, but look at that. If you look under the light, especially on this side was marred as well too, but it gave a really true result, and the light is telling us that's the end of this video. All right, so what did you think about the Adams sprayable compound? Myself personally, I was pretty impressed with it. Disappointed on the first go with its cutting ability. Disappointed on the first round of cutting and polishing because I didn't feel like it got some of those deeper scratches, but it did add gloss. But then when I added some pressure down to the machine, it seemed to remove some of those deeper ones without marring the surface, which I think is very, very important. If you currently are using a compound that is marring the surface and then you're having to finish it out with a polish, you may want to reconsider the compound that you're using. Not that you may grab this, I'm just saying you may want to grab another compound in general. So I like this a lot more and had a lot more success with this than I did with the Optimum one. So if you're looking for a spray compound or a sprayable compound, this may be a good fit for you. Also, you may have noticed I used the Griots G9. This is their new polisher with the removable cord. If you want to see a full review and first look of the Griots machine, you could check it out on my YouTube channel as well. I will have that linked up in the show notes below or the description below when it launches. If you want to see more of my day-to-day activities, if you want to see behind the scenes of what happens here at the studio, my video guys when I do a close-up on their face or all that fun stuff, you can follow me over on Instagram. That's kind of my day-to-day stuff. Leave a comment below your thoughts, feelings, and emotions on this video. Will you be picking up the Adams compound? Is it kind of useless? Do you not see a place for a sprayable compound? Let's have a cool discussion in the comments below. And don't forget on your way down there to hit that big red subscribe button. And I will catch you guys on the next video. See ya.